Hi Teresa, hope things are going well for you. I am here to check out your physics first class. Usually I like to preview these a little bit and get a sense for what's on here before I record, but it is late in the day and I'm just jumping into this, not having seen your page at all. So let's take a look at what you got here. This harmonic motion checklist. This looks like something, okay, I did preview it a little bit. This looks like something your kids were working on prior to school shutting down, and so maybe this was their last assignment before we got into this, delayed week or whatever. What are you doing? What are your questions? Looks, my guess is this might be a way. Oh, stay connected. Yeah, good for you. This is very cool. Um, and your kids have not dove into that too much so far, but I like that it's there. You might get more of that once school starts. Let's go back to, oh, yep, those are your discussions, physics first. Why everything is closing. This is kind of cool. Let's see if this works. Why is everything shutting down? This is loading. Very cool. Called flat, leave it to the science teachers to sort this out for you. So, yeah, very cool. I think that's nice to have there for kids. Okay, let's get into extended flex learning. If I click on this, looks like you have all your contact information there. Very good. I know that I can email you there. There's the link for your Google Meet. If I click on that, I should jump into your Google meeting and your office hours are 11 and 1 right there. Right over your lunch hour. Good luck with that. Directions for weekly folders. Ertel. Okay. Click on this link. This looks like a Google Doc. It's loading. I want directions for your learning activities. There will be a 1-week period following the due date. Missions. Alright. Again, good luck with this since we are an online school and kids are going to have all sorts of reasons. But you can fight that battle. Not accepting submissions from kids. They have a Newsella activity, tutorials, lab activity. I'm just going to test these links. Yep, that one works. Go back there. Your bulleted lists here are just really clear and easy to understand. Concept builders, that links, I can preview it. You have a lab activity. Complete on your Chromebook. Right on PDF in Chrome. Your choice. Assessment, and then you have a quiz. All right. So this feels like within a week, I'm going to do Newsella, PosttoDiscussion. This sounds like a perfectly reasonable workflow for a week. That's my first instinct. That said, I will say this, stuff takes a lot longer online. And the people who I'm reaching out to learn about online learning keep telling me that their recommendations to teachers is to take everything, take what you think kids can do in a given time period and cut it in half and then cut it in half again. That might be a little bit of exaggeration, but their point is everything takes a lot longer. I said I think this seems reasonable. We're going to learn a lot the first week. So my other recommendations to teachers is at the end of the first week, get some feedback from the kids. How did this go? What worked well? What didn't? And literally, how much time did this take you? And hopefully we go into spring break with some good information from them. I have one other personal preference to show you. When we open these things up inside of Schoology, I now have two scroll bars. I have a scroll bar here for the document, and then I have one over here for Schoology. My personal preference is to have this link open up to its own page. And I apologize if you already know how to do this, but when I go to a link, if I'm the teacher, and I click on my edit gear and I go to edit, the default is to have these links open up within Schoology, and I personally don't like that. I always click on this, display in new window. And when I turn that on and I click on a link, it pops open in its own tab like this. And it's a bigger screen. I have one scroll bar and I can navigate back to physics first when I need to. All right, back to week 1. March the waves. So this matches perfectly with that description you already had posted. Newsella, tutorial, lab, and a quiz. So of all the courses that I have looked at so far, this one might be just like the clearest one so far. Directions. I'm just testing links for you. Yep, there it is. Newsella discussion. We're opened up. Love it. I'm able to navigate this. Let's see. Newsella articles, waves, and then I read this and I need to post a discussion response. And Ms. Ertel has posted a rubric for this discussion, so good for you. Nice. So in theory, I know what I need to do here to get a good grade on this discussion. What do I need to do? Conducts appropriate interactions, thoughtful discussion with at least 2 peers. Understanding one concept. Minimum of 2 sentences. Just lots of really clear directions here, Teresa. State which article you read. Explain the 2 things you learned. One thing you found interesting or a question you thought of while reading. All right, Teresa, I'm going to get all English teacher on you. First of all, you have verb, state, verb, explain, and then there's no verb here. This is just a big thing. So keep your directions parallel. State, explain, post. What do I want to do, do? And you don't have the do in the third one. Also capitalize these headings right here. We're going to make that look nice. I'm sorry if I sound like a pedantic English teacher, but that's what I'm here for. But awesome rubric. Newsella activity, so clear. Let's back out. I want to try and speed this up, get this done under 10 minutes. Tutorials and concept builders. I click on this. Pretty sure this link is going to work. All of your links to your Google Docs have worked so far. Every once in a while we run into one that's not been shared and you can't open it. And then I have an assignment here, Wavelength Concept Builder. Please submit a screenshot for each of your 3 trophies. Click, 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 I can submit. Okay? Very good. You will have 9th graders who struggle with taking pictures and submitting, but that's just going to be learning they're going to have to do in this online environment. They will learn how to take pictures for sure. Look, you're lacking this, and I know earlier I was kind of flippant, and I said, hey, good luck, enforcing that. But, reasonably, I mean, if there's 8 weeks of content posted and they're that far behind, maybe that does have to lack. I think that's worthy of a discussion. So I didn't mean to be so extreme in my reaction earlier. But 2 assignments there. Okay, let's back out. Something went wrong. Here's another reason why stuff takes a while online. Kids run into technical difficulties. Schoology's been doing weird stuff today. And we have to navigate back to week 1. I just think that this is such a reasonable activity to do. Like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, I could have Friday off. Cool, PH. We're doing waves. So we're going to do a wave lab. All these are opening up. You must make a copy if you are completing in Google Docs. Okay? How do I make a copy of a PDF? Let me download that. So this is a PDF, and I'm not able to type on it. Is there a Google Doc version that I can work on? Here's something we may have run. Oh, there it is. There's the Google Doc version. Wave on a string. Okay, Teresa. Here's what we're going to do. Make this open up in its own window. So go back and go into Edit and click on Open in its own window. And then right here, your version of this will say Edit. E-D-I-T. If I type in Edit right here, it's going to say nothing. Well, go with faith. Your versions are going to say Edit. When you change the word Edit to C-O-P-Y, copy, the kids don't have to make their own copy. When they click on the link, they're automatically prompted and they get their own copy. So there's no extra. They don't have to go to File and scroll down and make my own copy and rename it and all of that. So that's a trick that I use a lot. All of my documents will say Edit. When I look at yours, it said View because I don't have privileges to edit. But find that word Edit, and if you want the kids to have their own copy, you change it to Copy, and then you paste that link right here. Paste that link into Schoology, and the kids will be able to make their own copy. All right. And the final thing is your quiz. I want to open up your quiz, and we'll be accepting submissions for Monday. All right, so if quiz is not available yet, that totally makes sense. Come Monday, that quiz should pop open. My last bit of advice for you, like I said, this is really, I'm just having like kind of nitpicky things, fix this, fix here. This is really clear. This is really easy to follow, Teresa. My last piece of advice, and I apologize if I already mentioned this, but I've done so many of these videos, I'm forgetting who I said this to, is at the end of the week, give your kids a Google form or some sort of survey and get some feedback from them. What was easy, what went well, what didn't work, how long did things take. I feel like I'm repeating myself, so I apologize. Thanks for sharing this with me. I hope you found something useful out of what I gave you here.